Uploading your video is just the beginning. The real magic happens after you hit publish. But here's the problem. Most YouTubers upload their video and then, well, they wait. And that's a big mistake. See, the difference between a video that dies in silence and one that gets thousands of views is a lot of different things. But one of those things comes down to what you do right after uploading. And today I'm breaking down 11 key things that I do after uploading my clients' videos and my videos that massively increase views and engagement. And if you're not doing these things, you're leaving thousands of potential views on the table. And the best part is most of these things are super small and easy to do that even small YouTubers can begin to do right now. So with that, let's get right into it. See, most YouTubers think that YouTube success, it's just about making great content. And yes, that plays a huge part in it. But the truth is, YouTube's algorithm doesn't just reward good content, it also rewards smart distribution. And please take this with a grain of salt here, but if you don't have a video with a killer title, thumbnail, or even a great idea, and it's not really getting much traction, then you need to actively push your videos. See, YouTube has no reason to show them to more people if that's the case. And of course, the first thing you should do if that is the case is probably play with different titles and thumbnail options. However, you should also do these 11 things consistently after posting. When you do, you'll learn to get the algorithm to work for you, even if you're a small channel. And trust me, step 8 in all of these different steps is something that even the biggest YouTubers who I've worked with swear by, but almost no one talks about. So stick around for that. But first, let's start with the most important post-upload steps. Number 1 is to optimize your title and thumbnail within the first 24 hours because those hours matter the most. See, your title and thumbnail, they're your first impression. They're the thing that gets people to want to click. It's what gets someone to either want to click or not click at all. Because if your videos don't get clicks, YouTube won't push your video. So here's what I do. I first use A/B split testing tools like Thumbnail Tester because I can split test both thumbnails and titles. Or you can use YouTube's completely free split testing tool for thumbnails, and this is a great route to go. The next thing you could do is learn how to analyze your CTR, your click-through rate, within the first 2 hours of posting to basically see how many people are actually clicking onto your video based on your packaging. Typically, what I like to look for is anything above 9% or more in the beginning. And then the next thing I do is change my title or thumbnail immediately if the click-through rate or the CTR is lower than at 9%, because honestly, a great video with a bad thumbnail, it's a dead video. And that leads us to the second thing I always do, which is write a pinned comment that drives engagement, because most people leave their comment section completely empty, and this is such a big mistake. So what I always like to do is pin a question that usually encourages discussion of some sort below in the comments to get people to write a comment. I also link to a related video of mine to boost watch time and increase my channel's total AVD, which is average view duration. And then I also engage with every single comment ASAP, which boosts your video ranking, at least helps. And it also creates viewer satisfaction, because remember that more comments equal better ranking in search and suggested videos. And that leads us to the next step, or the step 3, the third thing I do, which is share it to my email list and my community tab, which is a huge thing that most YouTubers forget. And it's a thing that will get you views that aren't actually coming from YouTube itself. See, most YouTubers forget that views don't have to come from YouTube. They can come from third-party places like a newsletter or community. So what I like to do is I like to send a newsletter blast with the newest video that I just came out with and giving them a reason to watch that video that I just came out with. And then I also always make sure to post it on my YouTube community tab with a poll or a teaser, because it's just a little bit more of engagement. And I try to build action around the video as well to get them to want to take action. I also share in relevant Facebook groups, which by the way is a really good one as long as you're not spammy. And even to my social media channels like Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, right? I always share it to there as well, because you want to kickstart your engagement within the first 24 hours of posting. That's really critical for triggering the algorithm in most cases. And again, this is in most cases, so please take this with a grain of salt because this isn't in every single case. Okay, cool. So now the fourth thing that I always make sure to do, whether it's for my clients' channels, videos, or mine, is create shorts and reels to funnel more views into that long form video. And this is something I like to call or refer to as the social funnel, because basically short form content, it's like free promotion for your long form videos. So what I always do is I turn my key moments of that YouTube video into a YouTube short. that I could then post on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, and on TikTok. And then I can push all of those viewers from those platforms to that long form video on YouTube. And you can also use great AI tools to help you do this really quick, like Opus Clip. You will have to do some fine tuning to make sure it cuts out the right part, but it's still a great tool. The next thing I always do is make sure that in that short form video, I'm always linking back to the long form video. And a great way to do this is to make sure you're using hooks that tease the main video without giving it all away. So basically trying your best to create a curiosity loop within the short form video that can only be closed or get a payoff if they go and watch that full long form video, right? Some of my clients' actually highest performing videos got traction because of shorts that I made for them afterward that funneled millions of people into that actual video. That leads me into this fifth step that I always do, which is I update the description with extra SEO keywords. And this is not as useful as it used to be back in the day, right? But it's still a good practice to do, even if it helps you get seen 1% more, right? See, most people write their descriptions once and then they forget about it. But here's what I like to do. Basically, I like to add extra keywords based on what's trending. And by the way, I can find this, or you can find this for yourself by using Google Trends. And then I like to also include timestamps to make the video more searchable, more increased viewer satisfaction as well, so they can kind of see what the chapters are about. And I always put only one hashtag related to the video being posted. So for example, below this video right here, the hashtag will be YouTube growth, right? And then moving forward as well, I also like to link related videos that I have released on my channel to boost, again, more channel average watch time, or my AVD, my average view duration. Also, quick little bonus on this, unless you have an offer that you 100% want to get people to click into, like a high ticket offer or something, make your call to action to other videos that you have on your YouTube channel to increase that time that the viewer is spending watching your content. Because if we have links that take people off the platform of YouTube, well, YouTube won't prioritize that video as much as videos without that. Because listen, YouTube wants to keep users on YouTube. So if we don't have links to third-party platforms that will take them off YouTube, but instead have them funnel into more YouTube content, that will also help our video get pushed more by YouTube. See, these are like small tweaks, but when you do all of them, it helps videos rank higher over time and helps you get more views and subs, right? And that leads us into the sixth thing I always do, which is respond to every comment in the first 2 hours. And I get it, if possible, right? This isn't always possible because YouTube sees engagement right after uploading, usually as a sign of quality. So because of that, what I do is I reply to every single comment ASAP. So as soon as I can, even just if it's an emoji, right? Anything. I also like to ask follow-up questions to keep the conversation going so we get more comments funneled in under that video. And I always heart and pin top comments to highlight engagement as well, because this is just helps people be more engaged. And this signals to YouTube that people care about your video and that it should keep getting pushed out to the algorithm or to more people, right? Okay, and that takes us into the seventh thing that I always make sure I do after posting, and that's to embed that video that I just posted into my newsletter blog, okay? Because Google ranks YouTube videos in search results. So if you have a blog or a website, embedding your video in those, that funnel, that website, that blog, whatever, it can actually help boost traffic. So what I like to do is I like to write a very short blog post summarizing the video. And by the way, guys, I basically just use ChatGPT to do a lot of the heavy lifting for this. And then I optimize it for SEO, again, by using ChatGPT. And then I drive search traffic back to my channel by doing so. Now, the eighth thing that I always make sure I do is I send it to Discord and Facebook and WhatsApp groups that I'm in. This is honestly my secret weapon. See, most big YouTubers, whether you know it or not, have some sort of private communities to help boost their engagement. So what I always like to do, again, for my clients or for myself, is I like to share the videos in private Discord servers that I'm a part of that are literally meant specifically for sharing YouTube videos. I also like to let my inner circle know to engage early with my inner circle WhatsApp group. So it's basically a WhatsApp group I have where we have a bunch of people who all post their YouTube videos when they post, help each other get more engagement. And then I also like to get real conversations going around my content that helps boost it and to help boost the initial traction. And the YouTube algorithm honestly loves this. By the way, if you want to join my inner circle group free and be a part of where we help promote each other's content to help each other out, then comment below the word join and I'll get you signed up for that right away. So the ninth thing I always do is keep an eye on my analytics within the first 24 hours. I really try to get a good idea or determine its long-term performance based off of those initial analytics, which is sometimes hard to do. By the way, this is one piece of advice to take with a very big grain of salt, as this is general. I have had outlier cases with clients where videos did blow up later, but overall, yes, this is the case. and that is to usually view your analytics within the first 24 hours and change things accordingly that need to be changed based off that initial traction. But again, I have had clients' channels where the video did horrible at first, and like a month later, it blew up, okay? So take that with a grain of salt. But with that being said, what I do is similar to what I said earlier. I always check the CTR, which I check the watch time, and I check the audience retention. The reason I check the CTR, the click-through rate, it's to see how many people are actually clicking based off of my packaging. I like to watch the watch time to get an idea for future videos. Like, okay, if I only got this amount of watch time, maybe this watch time is lower than my usual watch time. What can I do better? And in correlation with that, I always watch my audience retention, because I like to see my videos where retention drops off, so I know for future videos, okay, they dropped off here. Maybe it was because I put X, Y, and Z on screen. So maybe next time I could put Y, Z, and X, right? And that's essentially why I like to keep my eye on CTR, watch time, and audience retention. I always like to make sure I have about 6 to 12 titles and 3 to 6 thumbnails ready if needed. And I like to adjust my title and thumbnail if needed based off of that, those analytics as well. I also like to use viewer feedback to improve next uploads as well. So usually I'll find this in the comment section and just see what people liked or what they maybe disliked, so I can help navigate my content accordingly in the future. The 10th thing I always do is create a follow-up video to ride momentum, and only if a video is performing really well, then I'll double down on it and create some sort of follow-up while still making it original and new. So I could create a sequel video while interest is still really high if I have a video that's popping off, and I can link back to my original video for extra views. And this also keeps viewers on my channel for longer as well. Now, the final and 11th thing I always do is promote that video again in 7 days, because most people forget to do this. And YouTube videos aren't just relevant on day one. I know a lot of what we're talking about is day one, but what I always do is I reshare the video on my community tab within YouTube with a new angle or new twist to get people to watch a week later. I post again on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and other platforms that I have. And then I engage in comments again to revive any maybe unanswered questions or restart any discussions that we could restart to try to get that video to kind of relaunch a little bit within the algorithm. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 11 key things that I do after uploading every single video to maximize my views. If you guys found this helpful, I send out exclusive YouTube growth strategies in my free newsletter. So if you want, you can sign up for that with the first link in the description below to get insider tips before I post them on YouTube. And if you want to know the biggest mistakes that small YouTubers make that kill their growth and the best strategies for YouTube growth in 2025, then you can watch this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'm rooting for you.